Do you ever feel overwhelmed, like you're just running around, juggling work and family commitments, answering endless emails, and reacting to whatever life throws your way? This is not what I thought being an entrepreneur would look like. I wanted more time with my family, and this is nothing like I envisioned at the time. I was there. You feel like you can't put two thoughts together, or you get to your office and you have no idea what to do. So you start moving papers around again, trying to organize and make sense of the chaos again. Or you just check out altogether because it's just too overwhelming. Hi there. If we haven't met before, I'm Melissa Schultz, and I'm a coach who is passionate about helping faith-based entrepreneurs break through all of the things that have been holding them back from a business God called them to. A business that not only brings you joy, but helps you make more money. If you're looking for mindset and business coaching to help you break through to the next level, then stick around. You're in the right place. As I've been working on a project with God to create the Entre-PRAY-neur Journal and Planner, it occurred to me how helpful it would be to lay out what an ideal week would actually look like. You know, the pie in the sky, wow, I love my life, and look at me fitting it all in kind of week. Before we get to that, though, I need to say that at that time, I was also learning what it means to operate at the pace of peace. You know, ditching the grind it out for more peace. This ideal week can help you balance your priorities and allow you to prioritize things that are truly important to you. So, it's important for us to acknowledge at this point that not every week is going to be exactly the same, nor are you going to lay all of this out and it's going to go exactly like you planned. It does take a little practice, but it is very revealing and it will help you to have better focus. As entrepreneurs, we can think we have all the time in the world and we'll just freeball it. But let me caution you, what ends up happening is while we think we have flexibility, what we really have is the black abyss, where time just disappears, no goals are accomplished, and let alone moved forward. And it's like you blacked out for the day. The day is gone and your business is no better off than it was yesterday. I don't want that for you. Days can turn into weeks and weeks into months before we even know it. But you get to decide what you're going to do with the 24 hours you are given every day. But with great freedom comes great responsibility, and the complete lack of structure and accountability can cause you to be unfocused and unproductive. Here's where you're creating your ideal week will come in. It's not that you'll plan it out and follow it minute by minute, but we'll lay it out and then set it up with your calendar so that it kind of matches, right? This will allow you to be more proactive and intentional about your work instead of reacting to whatever comes your way. So let's look at 3 steps to help you gain better balance in your life. What are you trying to balance? The first step in getting balance in your life will be to define what is actually important to you. What are your values? So that is step number 1, define your values. Take a look at your personal and your professional priorities and how you're allocating your time. It is a finite resource. You can't make more of it, and it's not renewable. We all get the same 24 hours, so let's be intentional with it. I want you to start with making a list of the activities and tasks that you do. They are typically going to fit into one of these 6 categories, and I like to refer to them as the 6 F's. Faith, which is church, praying, spending time with God, journaling. Family and friends, meeting friends, date night with your spouse, family dinners. Field, or your career. This is your client work, business development, meetings, marketing, that kind of stuff. Then you have finances, where you're going to update your budget, you're going to pay bills, balance your checkbook, and so on. There's fitness, and this would be, of course, exercise, going for a bike ride or a walk, heading to the gym, eating regular meals. Those things are important. And then there's fun, gardening, travel, game night with family, friends, reading, personal development, and so on. I became an entrepreneur because I really wanted more freedom for our family and for the other things that are meaningful to me. I'm going to guess this might be true for you too. The challenge is that we often get caught up in the importance of our work, and then we neglect those priorities. So start with the categories that I mentioned, and feel free to add any that you think are missing. But make a list of those activities you want to include in your ideal week, including the things that you'd like to spend more time on. We're going to lay this out because it helps us see more clearly how we're allocating our time. Personally, I like to start with these things that I know are pretty much routine, like your meals, morning and evening routines. If you need to pick up or drop off kids in a day, get that on there. That's important stuff. Make sure that you're including non-activities as well, like your downtime and relaxation. The second thing I want you to do is map out your own ideal week with this list. Now, it is fun to combine a couple of categories too. So for example, I might go for a bike ride with my husband and it would hit 2 or 3 categories: family, fun, and fitness. If there's something you don't really like to do, try combining it with something that brings you joy. So say exercise isn't really your favorite thing, but you love spending time with your kids. So take them to the park and, get a full game of chase going on, or hide and go seek or something, or go bike riding with them. I've learned also that we need to set boundaries. I now take off evenings and Friday through Sunday. I needed to do this just to make sure that I had more balance in my life. I literally was just working all of the time, 7 days a week, and it would start from early in the morning and go way into the night. It brought on some burnout, to be honest, and I really wasn't enjoying anything in life for a period of time. So it is key to make sure that we set those boundaries. And having this clear boundary has made both work and play more productive. Trust me on that one. As you look at your list of priorities and your activities, put them into a time slot. You'll see here, I'll show you my ideal week for right now. And again, this is subject to change. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But I've done it with a basic template in Google Sheets, and the times are listed on the left, and you'll see Sunday through Saturday listed at the top. And you can make a copy of this for yourself and give it a try. But I want you to experiment with different configurations using paper and pencil or Post-it notes. Use color coding to help you maintain all important balance across your priorities. And I want you to hear me here. That balance doesn't mean spending the same amount of time on every activity, but the right amount of time. Okay? Let me repeat that again. Balance doesn't mean spending the same amount of time on every activity, but the right amount of time. You can also add themes to different areas if that helps you, to put the emphasis on your top priority for that day. Now for me, I did a Finance Friday and a Money Monday. I do some different things on each of those days for small amounts of time. So if that's helpful to you, feel free to do something like that. Now, the third thing we're going to do is we're going to put your ideal week into practice. This is where we will put it into the calendar that you're using. And it's going to look quite different once we put real life appointments in and meetings and client work. But it gives you a framework for scheduling the important things. So whether you've created your ideal week in a Google Sheet, Excel, or on paper, to make it actionable, you'll want to transfer it and your key themes or building blocks into your calendar. So, for example, every morning at 5 a.m. from 5 to 7, this is my time with God. And I get ready in the morning. I schedule my writing and creating in the morning because that's when I'm most productive, is before lunch. So it's important that I know when these great times are for me that work best and schedule them, because they definitely are priorities for me. I recommend reviewing your to-do list each week. I like to do this on Sundays, but you could easily do it on a Monday morning. And then schedule those tasks into your calendar as appointments. This way you'll know when you're going to work on something and get it done. And it actually gets done. I want you to honor those appointments with yourself. Make sure that you're keeping them. So now it's time to be real. You are never going to have a perfect week exactly like you've outlined it. Life happens. That's okay. It's more of a guideline to help you shoot for the best balance that you can have. It doesn't have to be set in stone. If you need to make an exception now and then, that's fine. And if you find something is consistently not working for you, then it's time to change things up. The key is to be intentional and proactive and not just react to what's being thrown at you. Creating your ideal week is a great exercise to do. I say every few weeks, once a month, just to make sure that you're prioritizing the meaningful things in your life. I have created the Entre-PRAY-neur Journal and Planner that operates on a 90-day cycle or a quarter. Within that cycle, again, I suggest we do this once a month. And if you would like to know more about this Entre-PRAY-neur Journal and Planner, I want you to check out the link below, because it will be coming out very soon. Right now it's in beta testing, and I'm wrapping that up and I'm ready to release it. I'm excited to help other entrepreneurs, or as I like to call them, entrepreneurs, be able to meet with God in a more meaningful way, and be able to capture some thoughts while they're journaling, and they can use it as their planner as they lay out the schedule and dreams that God has created as you co-labor with Him. So until we meet again, go ahead and check the links below, and thanks for tuning in. If this was valuable for you, I ask that you share it with others, like and share and pass this on. See you next time.